Welcome back to Spelling and Word Study. My name is Mrs. Rhoades, and I'm here to get you started on Unit 11, Consonant Digraphs. Please take a second to gather your materials. You will need your orange book, open to page 71. You will also need some colorful pens, markers, or crayons. Remember, whatever I mark on the board, you should be marking on your page. Please save room for a key as well. If you need to write it on a separate sheet of paper, that's fine. And if I'm going too fast at any point, please pause the video and catch up. All right, so I know for the last few weeks, we have been learning about soft C and soft G. And we learned that soft C and soft G make the S and J sounds and only appear before the letters E, I, and Y. Well, we're going to take a little break from those patterns this week, and we're going to talk about something called digraphs. Remember, a digraph takes two letters and puts them together to make a whole new sound. So for instance, SH says sh and TH says th. Now I know you're already very comfortable with digraphs like SH, TH, and CH. So this week I want to introduce a couple new digraphs to you. The GH pattern in words like enough and rough. Notice in these words, GH says f. And then the PH pattern in words like graphics and, where else did I see it? Trophy. The PH says f. So we're going to learn about those, but I also want to circle back to the CH pattern because I want you to notice that when CH shows up at the end of a word, it is often preceded by a T, okay? You'll see that TCH pattern after a short vowel. So we'll talk about that more in a minute. But before we do, let's read our list. Please repeat after me. Catch, crutches, enough, graphics, laugh, phonics, rough, scratch, sketch, snatch, stitches, stretch, tough, trophy, and witch. Great job. Okay, so let's choose a color. And the first thing I want to focus on is that TCH pattern in catch. Notice here it's coming after a short A. Catch. We see it again here at the end of scratch. Once again, it's following a short A. In the word sketch, that TCH follows a short E. In snatch, it follows a short A. In stitches, it follows a short I. In stretch, it follows a short E. And in witch, it follows a short I. I realize I missed one right here, right? In crutches, it follows a short U, okay? So TCH only shows up at the end of a word, or in this case, towards the end of a word, right? And it always comes after a short vowel. Now you can't hear that T, right? It's k-a-ch. That T is swallowed up by the CH, but it's still important that we use it. Now, of course, there are exceptions. We have words like much and such and rich and witch, this kind of witch. Notice in these words we have a short vowel that is just followed by CH. So these are kind of, let's think of these as the rule breakers. And let's just say that whenever we have a short vowel followed by that ch sound, we're going to use TCH, except in these cases. Okay, so over here, blue box equals TCH. Okay, you could call it a trigraph, I guess, because you have 3 letters working together to make one sound. A digraph would be just the CH, right? Di means 2. This is really a trigraph because we have 3 sounds coming together, 3 letters coming together to make one sound. Okay, next I want to talk about GH. Let's find GH at the end of enough, laugh, rough, and tough. In all of these words, we have the GH digraph, 2 letters coming together to make a whole new sound. And that new sound is f. Okay? Notice this only works at the end of a word. We got no words like ghost, right? It doesn't say fost. So it only makes an F sound at the end of a word. Enough, laugh, rough, and tough. Now we have another digraph that makes the f sound as well. Oh my goodness. We see it in graphics, phonics, and trophy. In all of these examples, we have a PH digraph making the f sound. My guess is that you're pretty comfortable with this pattern because you all know this word, right? Phone. Everybody wants a phone. And we spell phone with a PH. All right, let me make some space here. All right, so I also want you to notice, oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't break our words into syllables. Let's do that real quick. I know most of our words are 1 syllable, but we have catch, crutches, enough, graphics, phonics, stitch is, trophy. Okay? Red line equals syllable break. Okay? Now that we've done that, it's easier for us to notice our suffixes like ES and our common endings that we've been practicing all year, the IC in phonics, the Y in trophy. Okay? You're not going to have any trouble with those this week. Your big focus is going to be on using the correct digraph like PH or GH. And then your other big focus is remembering that T when you use the trigraph TCH. Okay, what I want to talk about next is nouns. You remember what a noun is, a person, a place, or thing, right? If it's something you can touch, if it's something you can draw, if you can hold it in your hand, it is a noun. Well, we can take all of those concrete nouns, those things, and we can separate them into 2 categories, singular nouns and plural nouns. Singular means 1, plural means more than 1. When you get to page 74, you're going to have a word bank full of words that contain these digraphs. And you're going to have to sort them into 2 categories, singular nouns and plural nouns. So let's practice together right now. We have the word catch. That's a verb. We're going to skip it. Crutches. Well, crutches are things, right? They help you walk, and they come in a set, right? Most people don't walk around with one crutch. They need crutches. They need a set of two. So crutches is a plural noun, okay? More than one. Graphics. Do you see the S at the end? The graphics are the drawings on your computer screen, right? Or your video game. So some video games have amazing graphics. They look so real. And then if you go back to the video games from when I was a kid, you might laugh at the graphics because they seem so basic. All right? But when we talk about graphics, we're not talking about one picture. We're talking about many pictures. So that is also a plural noun. Phonics, even though it ends with an S, it's really just one thing. Phonics is a study of letters and sounds and how they work to make words. So phonics is a singular noun, okay? Scratch. If I have a scratch on my arm, I just have one scratch, right? So that is a singular noun. If it said scratches, that would be plural. A sketch is a quick drawing, right? It's a singular noun. If I show you my sketch, I'm showing you one picture. If I show you my sketches, I'm showing you more than one picture. Stitches. If people get a really bad cut, they might have to go to the emergency room or the urgent care center and get stitches. The doctor's not just putting the needle in one time. They're making several stitches. So that's a plural noun. Okay? Trophy, singular. Which, singular. So over here, SN, we have SN and we have PN. SN will stand for singular noun, which means one. Think of single, right? If you hit a single in baseball, you're only going to make it to one base. You're going to have to stop at first base. And then PN equals plural noun. And plural noun means more than one, okay? And I think I showed you, you can usually tell if a word is singular or plural by looking at the ending. If it ends with an S, it's probably plural. Not always. If it ends with ES, crutches, stitches, that's a good sign that it's plural as well. Okay? Like I said, you'll have more practice with that on page 74. All right, let's just real quick make sure we know what our words mean. So to catch something is to grab it like you catch a fly ball in baseball. Crutches help you walk. I think you know what enough means, like, oh, I'm full, I've had enough. Graphics are the drawings on a computer screen. You know what laugh means. Phonics. This is, by the way, I'm teaching you phonics here. Every time I teach you how to put letters together to make words, I'm teaching you phonics. So we're just going to say it's a study of letters and sounds. Okay? If something is rough, like sandpaper, it means it's not smooth. Okay? Scratch could be a thing, like you have a scratch on your arm, or if you're itchy, you scratch. So it could be a verb as well. A sketch is a quick drawing. Sometimes you see me sketching on the board here. To snatch is to grab something, okay? It's considered rude behavior. People don't like when you snatch things out of their hands. Stitches, that's what you do with a needle and thread, right? So if you look at your clothing, you can see all the different stitches. And then, yes, if somebody gets hurt, they have a bad cut, the doctor might need to stitch them up. To stretch, to do that, right, you stretch out your muscles. Tough can mean difficult. Like, oh, we had a tough journey home. Our flights kept getting canceled. We hit turbulence, right? So tough can mean difficult. A trophy, well, let me sketch a trophy for you. Oh my gosh, that doesn't really look like a trophy. Let me think. My sons, they played a lot of sports, so usually a trophy has like a nice wooden base, and then on top, maybe if it's a lacrosse trophy, they have a picture of a guy playing lacrosse. If it's a baseball team, they have a picture of a guy playing baseball. Okay, so a trophy is something you receive when your team did well. And then witch, just be careful, this is a homophone. This kind of witch is the one you see on Halloween. There's a picture of a witch right here, the stereotypical witch with the hat flying on the broomstick, okay? So that's this kind of witch, but there's also this kind of witch, which is a question word, like, well, which flavor of ice cream do you want? Okay. All right, you guys are ready to start your unit. Good luck, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.